Hello guys, welcome to my next video tutorial on Java for beginners. In this video, we will discuss about the object-oriented programming. We have seen there are so many approaches, or we can say there are so many concepts to do programming. And some of the main approaches are unstructured programming, procedural programming, and object-oriented programming. What is unstructured programming? This programming approach consists of just writing the sequence of commands or instructions in the program, like assembly language programming, which is a low-level programming language for a computer. Next approach is procedural programming. When the programmers want to write a program, then they will first divide the task into separate subtasks, and each of which is expressed as a functions. So this programming contains many functions which are called and controlled by main function. So this approach is called procedure oriented approach. C programming language follows this approach. And the next approach is OOPS, object oriented programming. Object oriented programming is an approach to create programs based on real world, where all computations are carried out using objects. This approach uses classes and objects in their program. Okay, so class contains data and methods to perform some task, like Java, C++ follows this approach. Okay, so this is about the programming approaches. Now let's talk more about OOPS, as this approach is used in Java language. If you have never used an object-oriented programming language before, you will need to learn a few basic concepts before you can begin writing any code. So in this video, I will introduce you to objects, classes, encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. In this video, my focus on how these concepts related to the real world. So first, we will talk about objects and classes. Now, let's look deep into what are objects and how it is related to class. Suppose, if we consider the real world, we can find many objects around us, like car, dogs, humans, etc. So an object is anything that really exists in the world and can be distinguished from others. Then what is not an object? If something that does not really exist, then it is not an object. For example, our thoughts, imaginations, plans, ideas, etc. are not objects because they do not physically exist. Every object has three characteristics, that is state, behavior, and identity. What is state? State represents properties or data of an object, means value of an object. What is behavior? Behavior represents the action or functionality of an object. And what is identity? Object identity is typically implemented via a unique ID. The value of the ID which is not visible to the external user, but it is used internally by the JVM to identify each object uniquely. For example, let us take a person whose name is Michael. So here Michael is an object because he exists physically. He has data like its name is Michael and age is 20 years, etc., known as its state. And he can talk, walk, he can eat and sleep also. So these are its behavior. Okay, understood? And JVM will assign some unique ID for identification which is not visible to the user. Understood? So this is about object. Now it is possible that some objects may have similar properties and actions. Such objects like Michael, Sam, Ellie belongs to the same category called a class person. For example, not only one person, that is Michael, but also other person like Sam, Ellie, etc. These persons have similar properties and actions. So they all are object of same class. Understand? This means class is a group name and does not exist physically, but objects exist physically. So what is the difference between an object and a class? An object is anything that exists physically, but a class is a model for creating objects and does not exist physically. We can think that a class is a model, for example person, and if it physically forms like Michael, Sam, Ellie, then it becomes an object. So an object is called instance of a class, means the things physically happens. If a class in Java contains variables, methods, constructors, blocks, nested classes and interfaces, then all these are also available in the objects because they are created from the class. Understood? Now, one more point, we have to remember that objects are always created on heap memory by JVM at runtime. Understand? So this is all about objects and classes. I hope you understand the concept of objects and classes. In my next video, I will discuss about 4 major principles or concepts of OOPS, that is encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. I hope you understand the basics of OOPS and hope you like this video. So thank you for watching and please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.